over hypotenuse. Next is tangent. Tangent theta,
Opposite over adjacent.
opposite over adjacent. Ages. Basta. Okay, next, other trigonometric ratio. Partner ni sine. Uy. Kasi partner ni sine. Okay. Grade 10. Unsay next? This is
Second.
cosecant equals the inverse of your sine, which is hypotenuse over opposite. Next is secant. Secant theta, this is theta. Secant theta, that is hypotenuse over adjacent. Tangent theta, cotangent equals adjacent over opposite. But in finding the trigonometric ratio class, it depends on the theta. So let's have, the theta is here. What is this? So let us assign A as our adjacent side. B is our opposite side. And C is our hypotenuse. Okay, if we have this triangle, the theta is here. What do you call this side?
Opposite.
Opposite or letter B. What about this one?
Adjacent.
Here, adjacent or letter A. And this side is
Hypotenuse.
hypotenuse. What if kung ang theta is here? What if the angle is, or the theta is here? This one is B. And here is side. And this side is adjacent. So again, it depends on the theater class. So let us solve. Ay, wala mo din yung notebook, libro sa. Okay, if you have this given angle class, the theta is here. This side is letter
A, miss. Adjacent.
kasi lagi mo maningo guys. Nagluya lagi mo. Sige, this one is adjacent or letter A. This one is
Opposite.
opposite, letter B. Okay, we're going to find do we have a complete three sides of a triangle grade 10?
No, miss.
No, so we are going to find the side C or the hypotenuse. So to get the hypotenuse, so you're going to use the what formula or what theorem?
Tangent, miss.
Tangent. I mean, class, you get first the three sides, the measure of three sides. To get the three sides, in order for you to get the three sides, you're going to find what katong gidiscuss na to before. Isa man. Tanawa, we have the adjacent side, the opposite side, and we don't have the hypotenuse. How are you going to get the hypotenuse side? So we will use the Pythagorean theorem. That's why we discussed first the Pythagorean theorem, even though you learned it from last year, but as what I said, the Pythagorean theorem is the backbone of the trigonometry. So I discussed first the Pythagorean theorem so that you will know how to get the side. So to get the side C or the hypotenuse, you're going to use the Pythagorean formula, which is, so get to, what's the formula of Pythagorean theorem?
C squared equals A squared plus B
C
squared.
squared equals A squared plus B squared. So we're going to find the C. C is unknown. So A is 3 plus 4 squared. So C squared equals 3 times 3,
9,
9 plus 4 squared,
16,
16. 9 plus 16,
25.
25. So we're going to extract the exponent. So we have C squared, 25. Cancel the square root and the square. The C will remain. The square root of 25. 5. Okay, so we have now the side of C. Now we can solve now the 6 trigonometric ratios. Okay, so let's start with sine. So sine theta. Since there is no given angle there, yes, theta, so we'll just use the sine theta, and the theta sine. So we have sine theta is, can we just use na lang the variable? So we will have B over C. Our B is
4,
4, and our C is,
3,
C is 5. C is 5. Okay, so can we simplify? No, this is the lowest term. Now we are going to solve now the cosine theta. Cosine theta is A over C. A is, what's the measurement of our A?
3.
A is 3, C is 5. Then tangent theta. So the formula is B over A. So B is 4 and A is 3. Okay, let's have cosecant. Cosecant theta, opposite of the sine, that is C over B, which is 5 over 4. What about the secant theta? 5 over 3, or let's use the number. C over A equals, C is 5, A is 3. What about tangent theta? No, cotangent. That is A over B, or A over B, or 3 over 4. So these are the 6 trigonometric ratios, class. Okay, no need to copy. No need to copy grade 10.
No need na, miss.
Okay, so in your math notebook, and you get your math notebook, I want you to solve this one using the 6 trigonometric ratios. Okay, can you see the problem here on the board? So, can you answer this one on your math notebook? Given the tangent theta is equal to 1/2 and theta is an acute angle, find the exact value of each of the remaining trigonometric functions of theta. Exact value meaning you are going to find or you're going to rationalize the denominator if you have a denominator of radical sign. Okay, do you follow grade 10? Okay, kindly answer this one. I'll be giving you 10 minutes to answer that one.
Equal to 2. So since I am already given two values, I must look for the hypotenuse. So I ended up doing the Pythagorean theorem, which is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So my c squared would equal to my hypotenuse, but since I don't have my hypotenuse, I will just leave it as it is. Then after that, I will substitute the values. So my opposite is 1 and my adjacent is 2. So I will substitute it with a and b. So it will be c squared equals 1 squared plus 2 squared. So then c squared equals 1 plus 4 because the square root of 1 is 1 and the square root of 2 is 4. So yeah. Then I bring it down. So c squared equals 5 because 4 plus 1 equals to 5. Then I have to remove the square. So I have to put the square root. Then I put square root. So makancel ang square root. So c equals to square root of 5. Then after I do that, I will use the formula of what was given sa sin. So if sin equals to opposite over hypotenuse, I have my value of opposite, so it's 1. And I have my new value of my hypotenuse, which is square root of 5. So it's 1 over square root of 5. And my cos is the adjacent over the hypotenuse, which will equal to my adjacent value, which was 2, over my hypotenuse value, which is square root of 5. So 2 over square root of 5. And my tan, which was given a while ago, was the opposite over adjacent, which is 1 over 2.
Okay, do you have the same answer with Valerie, the sine, cosine, and tangent, grade 10? Okay, a big hand for Valerie. Next, Justin will explain how to get the cosecant, secant, and cotangent.
So as previously mentioned, the hypotenuse is actually the value is square root of 5. So the next thing we need to find is the Miss, what's CSC again? Miss?
Ah,
The meaning of CSC,
cosecant.
cosecant. So if the formula of it is actually hypotenuse over opposite, which is the inverse of sine, so our value will be square root of 5 over 1 or simply square root of 5. For the what's the SEC, Miss?
Secant.
Second, okay. For the second Tetia, it's the absolute. It's the inverse of cosine, so which is hypotenuse over adjacent. So the value of second is actually square root of 5/2, and then the value of cotangent. The formula is adjacent over opposite. The value of it is 2/1, or just equal to 2.
Okay, do you have the same answer with Justin? Grade 10. Okay, a big hand for Justin. Okay, thank you, Justin and Valerie. Okay, by the way, just use small letter ha when you write the trigonometric ratios. Kanang secant, cotangent, not the capital letter ha. Okay. Do you have any questions or clarifications, grade 10? About the trigonometric ratios? Okay, regarding on your, let us go to your self-learning kit 3.4. Okay, I will. Okay, group activity 1, that's only the formula sa Sayundra. Activity 2, so you're going to identify the value of the side. You have to find the trigonometric ratios. Okay, so there's not yet there. What you're going to find is kanang na angle lang. Sine angle, I mean sine n. So your theta is on the angle n. So let's have uh, for letter A, what will be the answer in letter A? I'll just give you an example. Grade 10. Okay, sine n. So your theta is on angle n. So your opposite side or your B is, what is the formula of sine? That is adjacent over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse. So what will be the answer? If you will be given sine n, can you give me the answer?
7/25.
Okay, how did you get 7 over 25? So we have sine n, the angle or the theta is n. So the opposite is 7. And the hypotenuse is 25. So your answer would be 7 over 25. So it depends on the given angle or depends on the theta. So you have also there sine r. So that is sine r, meaning your theta is on angle r. So if that is the theta, what will be the hypotenuse? The opposite. Give me the answer, please. Opposite is, hello.
Hmm?
In letter D class, kaning letter D, can you give me the answer? Sine R.
24/25, Miss.
Okay, sine R, the theta angle there is R, angle R. So the opposite is 24 and the hypotenuse is 25. So 24 over 25. Okay, do you have any questions or clarifications, grade 10? This one, in activity 4, you cannot solve or you may solve the other side, the other ratio, but you still have to fill in or you still have to find or complete the 3 sides of your triangle. You still have to solve for you to easy to solve the six trigonometric ratios, you get first the or complete all the sides. You have to solve the Pythagorean theorem. This one, ABC. Do you follow grade 10? And then after that, you get the six trigonometric ratios. Questions or clarifications? Okay. Andy, do you have any questions, Andy? Okay, I hope you are listening. Okay, let's, if you have no more questions or clarifications, let's have a closing prayer.